I said the old Dzus fasteners got ripped out when we had the wreck, right? See, ripped out. So in the new one, we're going to have to place new tabs and everything. So what I'm doing is measuring the thickness of the material and the thickness of the tab, and then I subtract the thickness of the material, and that tells me how far to set the tab down on the edge of the sheet metal. So when it lines up, or when we let the front end on, then it's going to be flush with the rest of the body. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just measuring right now. So with this tab, it looks like it needs to go on from the edge of the cowl. So if you take your, so if we take, I'm sorry, yeah, anyway, 0.30. So if you come over here to the cowl, on the bottom, you got your little depth thing. So we can take our tab and we can set it right there. And now this space between here and here is going to be the exact thickness of that hood or fender. So we're gonna tack this on right here. So if you can come to the side, you can see about from here to here is going to be the exact thickness of that fender over there. So when we set the fender on this, it's going to set flush with the body. That way it doesn't look all wonky, jacked up, you know, with fender sitting down here a ½ inch below your edge. So, and you can bend these up and down a little bit. I wouldn't bend them at a 90 because your shit's not going to fit. But you can probably get away with a 1/16 of an inch bending up and down just to get an exact fit. But that's what we're doing. So I've already done this one, but that's for the hood. It's actually, the hood actually comes over to about here, and then your fender will wrap around here. So it's two separate pieces. So we measured the thickness of the hood and set that one. And so now we're going to measure the thickness of that fender, and we're going to set that down right about there. That's where it's going to go. So when we tack it in place, I'll take my tab. I'm going to set it right there. I'm going to check my depth one more time. Right to the edge of that. Right there. And that right there. And I'm just going to put a tack right there on that corner just to hold it until we get the other side done. All right, so that side's tacked in. And now we're gonna set the depth on this side just to make sure we're still good. And it's perfect. All right, so now I'll put a tack on this side. And then that'll hold for the time being until we get the front end here. And we can double check. Now it's set. So now when we get the fender back, or when we get the front cap this weekend, we can set it on here, and then I can bend up or down just a hair just to make sure that we got the right level, what I'm saying. See, because right now we're looking good. And I could probably go cut a piece off that old broke one, and just lay it on top, and it'll show you exactly how thick it is. Well, I don't want to mess that up. Where's that broke? Where's the broke fender? In the truck here?
Yes.
So, just going off of the old one. See? Boom. Look how level that is. And it's gonna set just like the new one. It's gonna set just like this. Gonna have a good gap in it. It'll be perfect. We'll have to cut the hole for the new one. This one's off. This one's based off the old one. It's a little off center, but in the new one, we'll get our hole right, get it centered up, and then there it is. But see how I talked about how it's level now? Mm-hmm. So that's what we were measuring for, was the gap. or not the gap, but the thickness of the fender. So when it sits on there, it's nice and level. So we can go ahead and tack this in, really. Because now that we know that it's good and level. Where's my helmet, Pumpkin?
Right behind you.
We'll weld this one from the underneath side, so we won't ever see it. Yep, just like that. And now it's in there forever. Let me get this corner. There it is. And we can do the same for the other side. So now we got our tab for our hood. And this side, we still got to put the other side on. I'm gonna grind those welds down a little bit, smooth that out. We'll do the other ones on the other side like we did this one from underneath. I should have done this one from underneath, but oh well. It'll be all good. Those are done.